Yeah, folks, a new Marvel Snap season is here, and we might be entering the era of move because these new cards felt really good to me today. I had a monster run with this Spider-Man brand new day deck, and it's really kind of a mini movers deck where you're not trying to like scale up a big Human Torch or, you know, make your vultures bigger or whatever, but instead you're just spamming as many different moves as you can in order to scale up stuff like Hydra Stomper or the new card Mary Jane, which felt really, really powerful in this deck today, often delivering an extra 12 points, 15 points, I think even one point like 17 or 18 points. If you're getting a 3-drop that's regularly putting out like 15 to 20 power, that's nice. That's a really, really powerful card. And I will say she felt like the star of the show today in many ways. I also think Spider-Man Brand New Day was great. This is just a very good low-cost card I think we're going to see a lot of across a variety of decks, frankly. His ability to kind of buff multiple times across the game, like he has 2 built-in buffs, but if you move him extra times with Heimdall or Madam Web or whatever, right, it can be even more points. He just chips in a surprising amount of points. Also just, you know, a great body for your Cravens, activators for Prowler, Miles, whatever, right? Mary Jane, of course, too, Hydra Stomper, etc. He's just really like greases the wheels of this deck, basically. But then you've got Mary Jane and Hydra Stomper to deliver those really big point outputs for a 3-cost card in particular super efficiently. And Hydra Stomper goes tall with that, which can kind of help you win one spot really convincingly. And Mary Jane goes wide with that, buffing a variety of cards across your board, which can be really nice because that means like sometimes Hydra Stomper can almost carry a spot by himself, but then you've got a spot that's, you know, like full of a big Batman and like a big Sam or a big Craven, and you've got like kind of a double-barreled win condition somewhere else that's supported by these little extra stat boosts for Mary Jane here and there, where suddenly like everything is 5 or 6 power, and then Craven's 10, 12, and Sam's 8 or 10, and it's like, you know, it's pretty easy to piece together some wins. Heimdall comes in as not only a big surprise factor and shift at the end of the game, but also just, you know, if that hits 7 cards at the end of the game, that's 7 more buffs for Mary Jane and 7 more points for Hydra Stomper, which can all add up to some really big gains. So it felt like this deck just like puts out numbers. And that's why I had a crazy 12-1 run today, up 30 cubes. It's a 92% win rate. Now, I think there were at least 3, maybe even 4 bot games in the mix because this is the start of the new season. You get lots of new bots, but that leaves you still at like 8-1 against real opponents, which is still a crazy run for this deck. So I thought this felt great, and I don't even think this list is perfect. Sometimes I actually felt like my board was almost too full. I didn't always love Madam Web in here either. I didn't know if I necessarily needed her all the time, although she did hit some moments later on that I liked. So I think this is probably a couple cards off from being a perfect deck right now. I think you could probably do better with this one. Which means it has a lot of promise potentially. And I think there's a lot of other things you can do with Mary Jane too. I already want to explore this with like Venus and Invisible Woman and just like a Heimdall and do this weird like all-in Mary Jane buff deck. I think Spider-Man can go a lot of new ways. We also have Aunt May as well, which came out today, which we'll do an Aunt May full-on movable deck tomorrow. So a lot of different ways to kind of play these move cards, and it seems like they can just put out some really, really big numbers at the end of the day. So could be a nutty month, could be a lot of move. And I will say I like this deck a lot better than some of the more like intricate moves too. Sometimes you just kind of spam and pray with this one, which is a little easier on your brain, although there is still some positioning nuance, which I do definitely get wrong a few times in this video. But all in all, pretty cool to see the movie tie-in here, and some pretty strong cards, I have to say. Okay, draw cards? I mean, yeah, I like drawing cards well enough, although honestly, I think a Horde would be okay too. Probably don't love the Horde as much because board space is a little weird for us with Heimdall in particular. This deck, like, I don't think this list is perfect, by the way, but it's actually been doing really well, so at the same time, I don't know. Yeah, I think there's probably some things you could tweak to make this feel a little better, but it's also kind of promising already. So, in fact, I'm 10-1. I just looked. Oh my god. I think there's like 3 bot games in there, but still, that would be 7-1 against real opponents, dude. That's, oh my god. Bifrost is actually so cracked. Okay. Let's go Craven and then set up to move a bunch of stuff with Bifrost. So we go Mary Jane mid, and then you go, I don't know, you hope to find maybe a Silk or a Spider-Man. Like, Prowler's not going to be good maybe for a while. I don't know. We've got a lot of setup here, but not a lot of action yet. You could go Madam Web 1-drop next turn, I guess. Mary Jane's still good as like a follow-up, right? She doesn't have to be played ahead of time, which is nice. Thunderbolts, Thunderbolts, Thunderbolts. This curve's kind of wacky too, man. Yeah, I'm just gonna go Mary Jane for now. It's like Sam's another card you definitely want to get down as early as you can, but it just, the timing on this is weird. Morbius gone and MODOK gone. I kind of think they're probably not thrilled about that, by the way. Scorn is a good hit though. But like, that was two really powerful cards for a deck that presumably cares a lot about their discard, right? Now, Survivor's Camp does go off before Bifrost, which is an important distinction. So now you probably can go... It's weird, because this Madam Web doesn't really do anything, right? Like, if you go here, you lose a Batman move for free. If you go here, I mean, she ends up mid, I guess that's fine. The shield could also go right and screw your Batman move. If you put Sam right, though, it's kind of like you've done the same thing, basically. There's a chance the shield moves into him, but I don't know. I don't know. This is, I want shield to go left is the idea here, not right. I don't know. Oh, boy. Okay, well, that sucks. So now Batman can't move. Well, I mean, he's gonna move anyway, normally. Oh my god, Zombie Horde, too. Good lord, dude. That was the worst roll possible, I guess. I mean, it's still a lot of Mary Jane buffs, but my god, that was just a terrible result, wasn't it? Like, what a depressing roll, dude. Depressing roll. Also, Madam Web's animation's like over here for some reason. So that moves Batman. Shield moves over. It's weird because like Heimdall is theoretically way better, so you kind of want to like leave everybody mid, right? But it's just so weird. You might as well do this anyway, I guess, right? And then just Stomper here. Like, I don't think you give up the Heimdall, right? And then you just move Shield back mid next turn, right? And you might even move Stomper right for a free Kraven proc. And then Shield and Batman will both move mid. Khonshu for the opponent already. What is this, MODOK? Oh god, MODOK, dude. That's an insane hit, isn't it? Apocalypse. MODOK, dude. I mean, I guess maybe I sort of prefer the MODOK to the Morbius. Again, playing this deck, I've just completely zoned out on what my opponent's doing. It happens every single time. So do they just play one big Apocalypse here? I mean, I guess they can also play the big Scorn, too. So like I said, you'd go Stomper. Oh, hold up. No, you want to move Shield first so that Batman moves mid. Then you move Stomper, right? And then you go Heimdall left. Left here's like kind of weak looking, I guess. Stomper doesn't come over like this. But Kraven, Horde, and Mary Jane do, I think. So you kind of trail the Stomper right. You get pretty big left because of Heimdall, Sam, and Shield buff. And you're pretty big mid because of Batman and Kraven, right? Like, I think this is actually a pretty great distribution of points. And mid's about to get even bigger because of Kraven and Mary Jane. Because everybody there is moving, right? Apocalypse left is a tie. Scorn right is not enough. And Mary Jane's about to win every spot. Yeah, dude, this was cool, dude. This was actually super sick. Victory. I don't know that everything went perfectly there, but like, man, how many points was Mary Jane worth? 1 there, none there, of course. 2 is 3, 5, 8, 9, 10, 12, 13 extra points on the Mary Jane, dude. Dang, she was a 316 and Stomper was a 317. He got 1 extra buff that she must have missed along the way somewhere. I forget where, but dude, between the two of those, man, that is some crazy efficient power output. Dude, this deck can really do numbers sometimes, man. Sad we didn't see Spider-Man there, but Mary Jane feels like the star, dude. She's cool. All right, Sam early, sure. Probably a little better than Silk early. Setting up that Prowler. No Aunt May in this deck today, by the way. We're going to play Aunt May tomorrow in a like full-on dedicated movable deck. I think that's going to go really well. Hey, Mary Jane, nice. I love having 2 new cards in one deck because every game, I'm so likely to have at least one of them. It's so nice, dude. Jane is not ongoing, but I don't really want to play cards left in case of Heimdall, right? I love the end of turn move synergy here, by the way, because stuff like Kraven's always frustrating because it's like if I had played a Kraven here, you know, it wouldn't get buffed by Cap's shield, and I'd be like, so annoying. But with Mary Jane, like, it still gets a buff. Okay, Astral Projection Hulk. There's probably that like Astral Projection like big deck I've seen a little bit of. I'm sure that's what's happening here. Shield and Hydra Stomper left, by the way, is pretty sick. I think for now, though, you can just do this. It's like, I'm not actually strong right, but I'm kind of saying I don't think I need to be because of Heimdall right. I'm sort of saying, like, hey, maybe we get strong everywhere else. Now, unfortunately, I did put Sam in hospice. If I'm going to move him out, I don't know if that was smart. Like, he's also really good in Smithsonian, don't get me wrong. And like every card I put in hospice is going to be buffed by Mary Jane at least once because of Heimdall. So maybe it's okay. At the same time, I don't know. Maybe Sam just belonged right. The opponent is going hard right, which is, again, like, I'm kind of okay with this, especially because that was a giga low roll, man. Giga low roll. I guess we have to remote mines right because there's just nowhere else to put it, right? Like, I mean, that's probably fine. So Shield wants to go here. And then Flight Harness. Hey, actually, you know what we could do? We could move the Sam right, like we said, to pull him back into hospice later, right? Like, that's pretty sweet. And then maybe you go Kraven left. Hydra Stomper left. For the Heimdall, well, there won't be that many things mid, though, moving, will there? Like, into these two. Maybe Kraven doesn't end up here and Hydra Stomper ends up here. And then you just go Heimdall. Oh, I guess you might as well go ahead and Aranya, right? So this gets an extra buff. Is this a good line? I think so, but at the same time, I don't know. Opponent is going so hard right. They are just hammering right, dude. Which, again, I'm not even trying to win right. I'm so glad they keep putting points there. I'm bailing out, man. I'm out of here. We're going to have... Hydra Stomper goes mid. So if you want shield on Sam again, I don't think it works if Sam moves into the shield, right? Like, I don't think that tracks. It's crazy that I'm, like, actually pretty close to just winning right anyway, by the way. Like, that's sort of nuts. I guess it doesn't matter where shields, you know, like shield is, if I move it on my own, it doesn't matter, right? I mean, I think this is fine, right? I am not as strong in hospice as I'd like, probably, but between Mary Jane and Sam, I think we're actually still going to be totally fine. And I think Stomper's going to be huge left, and they're maybe not expecting that. I just don't see how you lose here. Like, this is perfect, right? It's just perfect. It's exactly what you want, because Kraven's getting crazy buffed. Stomper actually buffing from Smithsonian a little bit. Like, 44 points is insane! That's even bigger than I thought it was going to be, dude. There is no card here outside maybe Shadow King. I don't even think that would win, right? We just have base points. Mary Jane's still going up, man. Like, this is crazy points. Mid actually ended up being, like, a little weaker than I'd like, I think, given the hospice in particular. But, like, dude, Stomper got monstrously big. Twice from Jane, once from Aranya. So how many points did Mary Jane contribute here? None there. This has 4 from Mary Jane, which is crazy. 2 is 6, and then she had I mean, 4 here is 10. Did anybody get extra? Sam should have gotten extra, right? Yeah, so 11. Dude, Sam's points. So I think Mary Jane chipped in 11 points this game, if I did that math right, which makes her at 314, which is actually exact. Well, I mean, I guess, yeah, it's the same as Hydra Stomper. It's not always going to be the same because she has to be there to see the moves, but like, it's kind of cool having one of these that goes tall and one that goes wide, right? Like, it's really, really cool. That is like the perfect example of this deck, I think. I mean, we didn't get to see the fun new Spider-Man stuff, but Mary Jane kind of balled out there. That was cool. I guess you go Kraven Batman, yeah. Oh, you can't play both, you idiot. No, I guess you go Hydra Stomper, no. That's fine. Kraven on 2 works for me. Nico only for the opponent. Nico Destroy specifically. Wonder if this is a, I wonder if this is a Zombie Galacti deck, maybe? Could be. Kraven. I guess we could put the Kraven mid and then do like Madam Web right to start moving into the Kraven mid. Yeah, it's also really nice for him to be the first card in the slot, I think, sometimes, so that he when you Heimdall stuff like trails in behind him really well. I think maybe even if he's like, is actually, I don't know, maybe even if he's third though, it works. I don't know, he might just like always see it anyway. Wow, Luke's bar is actually kind of annoying though. I mean, I can get points there with Madam Web and stuff, but like, I just wanted to play the Madam Web and start moving into the Kraven already, so like, you know, life's a little weird, but we'll figure it out. Heimdall does also kind of want to move points away from there for the record, so both of those make this a little awkward. I guess here though, you're pretty fine to just do this. Spider-Man, you probably move Mary Jane right, Spider-Man and Batman go mid. It's crazy to have Spider-Man and Batman in one game, guys. So crazy. It's wild that they managed to pull that off, dude. It's like the old Amalgam comics. Dude, I loved the freaking Amalgam comics as a kid. That was the coolest thing I'd ever seen in my whole freaking life. Legit. So freaking cool. Man, playing a 4-cost Miles isn't exactly the dream, but it's probably just correct. All right, dude. Are we gonna have a card that's stuck in Luke's bar for this trailing Heimdall? I don't know. Joaquin Merlin also making me very nervous. Omniversal Presence is also great for them, right? If they end up not having priority, because they can play to it and I can't. So we might have to dump the other 2 spots in that case, right? Oh, I forgot Batman's moving right, not mid, bro. I probably should have played Miles mid. I totally forgot. I'm moving the Mary Jane, dude. This deck every time screws me, I swear to God. Hey, Websling's pretty sick, dude. Websling's really cool. This might be a werewolf Mary Jane deck, man. That's pretty sweet, dude. I like that a lot, dude. Kraven getting buffs from werewolf, though, is a nice little bonus, right? So if we do this, I send 3 cards left. Well, you know what we could do maybe is like this, and then you send 2 cards left, but actually Batman also moves left. Well, yeah, but this doesn't trail a card right. That's exactly what I'm talking about, right? Like, this leaves no card right, but maybe you just win left and mid so you don't care. Like, how are they big enough if I do this, right? There's no way they're big enough. There's no way they're big enough. There's no way they're big enough. And they could end up with Werewolf right or Omniversal right anyway. I think it's actually just wrong to care about Luke's bar, and it's actually just very right to fully dump left and mid. I just don't think you should ever prioritize right here. It just doesn't make sense to me. It's too susceptible to both Omniversal and Werewolf, so just win the other 2 spots. So this is going to send Kraven and Madam Web left. That moves Batman left. Everybody else moves mid. Hydra Stomper gets huge mid. Spider-Man buffs again mid. Kraven is crazy strong left. Batman is pretty big left as well. So you have, like, I think a pretty good power distribution, basically. Oh! Batman moved after... So Spider-Man doesn't move. Oh, no, that actually tracks. I did accidentally leave the Spider-Man right, which I guess... kind of, oh my God. Oh no, Shadow King is so busted, dude. That just murders us. Yep, that's gonna do it. What an annoying murder here, dude. Wait a minute. Oh my God, they almost threw right, dog. Wait, I'm gonna have 4 points right. No, Spider-Man did move this turn. Yeah, no, yeah. Oh, Mary Jane, you son of a gun! The turn always beats Shadow King. Oh my God, Mary Jane, you beautiful, beautiful. Oh, she is beautiful, but like, oh my God, dude, wow. Shadow King, you idiot. You got nothing on this. Yes, I'm so smart, dude. I'm so smart, and I just keep winning so much with this deck, too. It's really remarkable how much this keeps winning games, dude. It's actually so great. So great. We discarded Miles. We got a Ghost Rider, which is very hilarious, actually. Ghost Rider off Burial Ground is quite funny and amusing, yes. I guess you probably go Sam first. The question is now, do you go like Silk Batman, or do you go... You probably still go Mary Jane on 4, don't you? I don't know, because like the shield here is gonna miss anyway. Shield's gonna miss on Batman too anyway, though, right? Oh, rocks too now. Oh god, dude, no, no, no. Okay, I guess next turn is oh, hold up. I think you cannot move. I don't think it counts as skipping a turn if you move. I think you're not allowed to move here. I don't know that 100% for sure, but I'm like fairly certain you can't move there. Again, Batman's not really gonna work out on this, so maybe you just go Aranya. Shield can still move now, of course, that's no problem. Mary Jane's just like a little behind. Shield still gets buffed by Mary Jane, so that's, you know, that's a nice bonus, but Aranya now. Oh, magic. We're gonna have a lot of time to do cool stuff. I'm realizing Sam not being right means Heimdall's a little worse, but I think it's fine because we're gonna have enough cards anyway, right? That it's probably okay. So this is a Zombie Galacti deck, of course. Can we beat a Zombie Galacti deck? I don't know, actually. So this moves Spider-Man mid, Silk hopefully also goes mid, and Shield goes mid, all of which are buffing Kraven. It's kind of weird I don't have my Batman in yet. Maybe I ought to put my Batman in instead of Spider-Man, right? I was so set on Spider-Man because you just seemed cool, but this does mean that the Silk doesn't necessarily get to move as cleanly, though. I guess you do this, though, don't you? Batman will follow anyway. Yeah, we'll just save the Aranya then. Yeah, this is fine. Hopefully, again, Silk hopefully goes mid here. That would be ideal. But either way, Batman may not move here. Oh, no, Batman's always going to move here because of Silk. It's just may or may not be where I want, which is mid. Now, I do have priority, too, though, so we may get multiple moves, which is fine. Hey, that's really nice. So Kraven's getting huge, Batman's getting huge, Mary Jane's gonna make all these even more huge, and Silk's gonna move out too, which is cool. Sam is turned off, so the shield is now stuck, which is not a major emergency or anything, I don't think. Mary Jane gives us a buff. It's just gonna be hard to win on numbers, right? Like, that's the challenge here. So Aranya Spider-Man would be the way to go typically. I think with the way this works, Spider-Man will move mid and then Silk will move right, which will pull Batman right. And then I guess we can play Prowler, but we're just like really running out of space, right? Especially with Batman. Like, Madam Web here feels unnecessary, by the way. Like, I don't know if I need the Madam Web in this deck. I'm feeling like right now it's just not worth it. I don't know. Like, we're getting really big numbers, but are they gonna be enough? Like, Zombie Galacti is just really scary. And I'm also right now, by the way, just like so focused on my stuff that it's kind of hard to focus on the opponent's stuff. Now, hitting a Maverick would be really nice to potentially deny some extra points to the Zombie Galacti. Forge, of course, will still work. No Heimdall yet, so 50-50 though. Either way, like, we have pretty good lines. So I guess you would do this, and then that's gonna leave your Kraven though where nothing buffs him again, right? So if you do this, oh, opponent's just done. Maybe they didn't hit Zombie Galacti or didn't feel confident in their buffs. Like, if they, you know, they only have like a 9 power Galacti, for instance, left would be cooked and right would only have maybe 27, which I guess that's pretty strong. My line here was gonna be remote mines mid to hopefully hit that Maverick and deny it some extra points there, right? Like, that would be nice. And then I guess you probably play Vibro Shock into Heimdall. I don't think you move the Spider-Man. Heimdall would have to go left in that scenario, which means, again, like, Kraven wouldn't really get any extra buffs here. Not that he necessarily needs them, but also, like, not that many things would move. I actually have a bit of a problem right now where this deck's like a little too full. Like, I have too many things. You know, I almost need more space. I don't know if that's going to happen every game, but it's dramatically limiting your Heimdall, right? Because you just don't, you know, if there's no space on board, things don't really have a lot of room to wiggle. So I don't know. I'm not no premise that this deck is perfect, but I'm wondering if you need a Heimdall. Like, it's so cool for Mary Jane, but you need movement. So I don't know. I needed like 2 or 3 less cards on board, basically. I guess maybe some games that will happen organically. All right, Aranya, sure, yeah, Aranya, Silk, Mary Jane's a cool opener for sure. Ooh, Stark Industries. Yeah, I mean, a little hard for us to support, to be honest, but maybe we'll try. Yeah, I don't know. Good Aranya, the Mary Jane, but you probably wait for Batman to be in play first. We have Heimdall, so we know we're going to have a big dump later. Domino on 2, but nothing on 1. Interesting. This is a Airsham deck. Okay, that's why. That makes more sense. Free Silk move is nice, by the way. It just means we have a better Hydra Stomper. There he is. Speak of the devil. So next turn, you probably go Batman into Stomper. Batman, Stomper left. You move the Stomper with Aranya so that you can pull the Batman mid. Try to get as many bodies in Stark Industry as possible. Silk also, I guess, could end up there. Wow. The Namor Airsham is also sick. Mary Jane giving me a free point already. Thank you, Mary Jane. You're great. So like we said, Batman, and then you move the Stomper mid. Batman will also move with Silk, I guess, but that's fine. Same difference to me, whatever. Batman mid is valuable, though, because that gets me a body guaranteed in Stark Industries. Essex Lab, by the way, it kind of always sucks for us, right? Opponent sort of has to play there, which is going to suck as well for their Namor a little bit. I mean, we're getting the Aranya value anyway now, so I think it's okay. We're also just, you know, getting a really nice lead in Stark Industries here, which is perfect. And we don't have to worry about the vault at all because of Heimdall, right? Like, that's no problem. So we are losing our Aranya for 1 point, but I think we can live with that, right? It's okay. The only sort of problem we have at the moment, I would argue, is that we don't, like I don't know if they're contesting the vault at all, right? In other words, it may not help to have 1 million points there, which we're going to potentially end up having 1 million points there. This is a pretty good curve fill, frankly. Like, I'm happy to have the curve fill here, but it is also sometimes a little hard to play these skills. Because I want to, like, move the shield right, you know, and then, like, I won't have space to Heimdall and play the skills, especially if Silk goes right. If Silk goes right, I'm cooked. Oh, well, no, I guess it's kind of the same difference, actually. So Spider-Man 2099 here is really intriguing. They don't have a Heimdall, though, presumably, right? Like, we can't imagine that they would have a Heimdall. Shield does still actually screw me a little bit here. So I guess you just go Remote Mines into Heimdall. You're moving 2 cards left, but it's certainly the only ones you need, right? And then, actually, Batman's going to move left as well. Are we going to have enough points right, dude? Or mid, even, I mean. Boy. Because it's going to be Prowler, Sam, and... I mean, I guess maybe right wins, too, though, because you might have... like Silk could end up right because she's gonna move mid and then bounce potentially right, or actually pretty much always right, because I think Batman goes left, so Silk always ends up right, but she's not big enough on her own. Yeah, this is a problem, right? This is exactly what I was talking about, how we're gonna end up with too many freaking points. Can Mary Jane save me here? I doubt it. Yeah, I think, oh my god, Mary Jane's gonna be 1 point off, or no, 2 points off. Heimdall doesn't move. Yeah, I think we just ended up with too many dudes left. That's what I was talking about, right? Like, we have all these points left that we don't need. I wonder if Heimdall was even the right play here. Were we just better off passing, right? We might have just literally been better off passing. I don't know. Hey, what an opener, man. Let's go. Hey, Mosh Pit too, huh? I guess you go Aranya here, yeah, and then you go, I mean, I think the Mosh Pit here is going to be worth more than any, like, Heimdall Jane stuff later, right? Hey, new card alert. This will be a fun mirror match, right? So then you go probably Batman into Rania Spider-Man. The thing is, you kind of waste a Spider-Man buff if you do that, though, for the record. Maybe we just don't use Aranya, right? Maybe we just wait a minute and then we Jane and move Spider-Man naturally, right? I think that's just better. Like, there's no rush, and Mosh Pit makes holding kind of worth it anyway here. Then you got Prowler on 4, that's always fine. You'd love like a Prowler Miles turn on 4, man. That'd be perfect. Thematic and efficient. That's the dream. Guys, does my hair look more curly than normal? I can't tell. I use this stuff called leave-in conditioner. This is something as a 39-year-old man I'd never heard of before. It's basically some goop you put in your hair to hopefully make it a little curlier. I don't know. I just didn't know this was a thing, right? Like, this is all new to me. Yeah, I think this is fine. We can still sit on the Aranya, like we said. No rush on the Aranya, I don't think. 2 buffs here from Mary Jane. We're losing a Mosh Pit hit, but that's okay, probably. You guys heard of leave-in conditioner? Wives are amazing, dude. They know all this stuff, skin stuff and hair stuff. I just don't know. Actually, my hairdresser guy mentioned it, but I never knew it was a thing. Honestly, yeah, like Silk Madam Web might be pretty cool. Maybe even Aranya the Madam Web, because I'm kind of running out of time to like use it. And then, okay, so hold up. No, I want to activate Silk though. Okay, hold up. There's even a better line here, maybe. So you go Silk, and then you Aranya the Madam Web. Madam Web moves mid, which forces Silk right. Batman moves right, and then you can move Spider-Man left to buff the Aranya. You have Mary Jane mid for the Madam Web to move. I think this all works out, right? I don't know if it's like I don't know if stuff's left in the best spot or whatever, but I mean, I think it's fine. Location full. Why is it saying that? What's... Oh, Batman tried to move because of their cards. I totally forgot he's moving on their stuff too. Oh man. So I actually missed my Batman. Shoot. This did not go like I wanted as much. I missed my Batman because their location was too full for him, of course. Craven here, and then you go Mary Jane to pull the Batman over, and then you go Prowler to hopefully try to pull the Silk over, right? I mean, you want Silk to go to Craven if you can. I will say, like, one thing I've noticed about this deck is that I don't really pay much attention to what my opponents are doing, because I'm constantly trying to pay attention to what I'm doing, you know? Dude, a Heimdall here would just be so cracked, by the way. Can we talk about how insane Heimdall would be? The double hit on the Craven, by the way, is beautiful. Mary Jane ticks up again. Heimdall! Yes! Okay, that's fine. And then this one, that's also just fine and free, right? So this is gonna move 2 cards left, 3 cards mid, each of which are gonna hit Craven. 2 cards left means Batman will miss, but that's probably okay. I mean, I think this is fine, right? I theoretically left is like a little exposed, maybe. I don't even know what the opponent's doing. I haven't even looked at their board once. Move next, you gotta concentrate, you know? It's just too much for me to think about. I do think I almost have too many movers in this deck. Like, this is a mini movers deck, but I almost feel like I have too many mini movers. I don't know, because like I don't really have that much space for Heimdall to like get full value, you know? Like, you kind of want theoretically 3 to 4 open spaces or whatever. I think Heimdall kind of has a max of 7 cards moved, right? Technically, I think probably. There's maybe some things with Silk moving multiple times or something that's possible, but I guess, like, yeah, ideally, you know, if you had Silk alone in the left spot and then 7 cards in the middle and right, and then like, well, no, I think Silk doesn't move until afterwards. I think maybe 7 is the max amount of cards you move with Heimdall. Is that true? Like, because he always occupies one of the available spots to move into, unless you're playing into like a, you know, Negasonic Teenage Warhead or something. I guess the opponent's just AFK, or I don't know. It didn't seem like they were doing much last turn either. I didn't really acknowledge they weren't doing anything though, maybe. I'm not so sure about that. I mean, I just, like, of course, if they're not playing cards, we're gonna win, but I feel like we were gonna win anyway. 26, 38, and 8. 26 left is like, that's pretty dang good. I don't know why most of that was like mosh pit though, right? Like I'd probably only have like 18 here or something if not for mosh pit. Maybe even less than that. There's 6 mosh pit hits and 3 mosh pit hits, so really would only have 17. Doesn't feel like maybe enough. I don't know. Oh, weird hand. Not a lot of new cards. Although I'll be honest, Prowler still kind of feels like a new card to me. I'm gonna be real. Like he definitely feels kind of real. Craven, I don't know where you go. Not mid for sure. I'm like, in some ways I like Craven left just to dump on him later, but I feel like I can do a lot of things in the meantime, right? So maybe don't rip him there too early. Mary Jane, we just don't have any moves happening yet though, man. We're setting up for some big dominant plays later, but in the meantime, what is going on? Agony Hulkbuster, oh boy. Whatever that's about to be is about to be huge. Oh, Mary Jane does her little animation even if she doesn't hit. That's cute and fun. Silk, and then you go Spider-Man, and I might actually go Aranya here on Tarnax. I'm not like that. I don't think the Aranya effect is that important, and pushing Silk right could actually be pretty sweet. So like this covers basically if Silk goes mid and gives me another roll on the Craven. It's not guaranteed, of course, just a 50-50, but another roll is nice. Kitty Pride, kind of useless. Silk gets actually another roll thanks to Symbiote Spider-Man here. We get 3 rolls to go right and hit this Craven. Does it actually happen? It does! Finally, okay. Scary thing, though, of course, is that Symbiote Spider-Man looks terrifying. I can't imagine what on earth we need to do here to make this good. I guess you do that. I just don't see how to win. I don't know, dude. Like, clearly like a Black Panther or something. I mean, it's so big, dude. Black Panther Artem Zola would just completely shut us down, and I don't think we have any way to disrupt that outside of maybe some weird Tarnax play that I can't imagine right now. Prowler can like help a little with like, you know, remote mines or whatever, but not really, right? And I probably won't even end up with priority here unless Silk rolls. No, Silk's not even moving unless they play. It just seems like we have no chance to win this game. They did play 2 cards. That's interesting. So not a Black Panther, I guess. Penny Parker rolls into what? This is gonna be more of a man spider deck. Starhawk, it gets even bigger. Great news. Bro, this feels like Galactus to me, dog. Go. Which unfortunately I don't have support for with Heimdall, but can I maybe just get big enough, right? Like, there's no way this gets big enough to beat a freaking Galactus, right? Oh man, okay, dude, I don't know. I mean, like Galactus, I think the ability to move the Prowler is what scared them here, by the way, man. Aranya, Madam Web, Mary Jane is, I mean, it's fine, I guess, right? Ooh, Boardwalk Madam Web's pretty cool, actually. Let's do that. She's definitely gonna get some free points. Do you run Mary Jane with Venus, guys? Like, I don't think this deck necessarily would be great for that, just because, like, where do you know, it's a lot of 3-cost cards competing, but I definitely want to try a Mary Jane, Venus, Invisible Woman, Heimdall deck, probably on Thursday, because I think we'll do Aunt May tomorrow. I think there's something pretty cool there, actually. Maybe you go ahead and do this, right? The Aranya move's like not better on any individual card, you know. We don't have like, you know, a Human Torch or whatever that's absorbing those buffs in a big way. It's just any card that moves is cool. So this gives Mary Jane a way to buff herself and sets us up still for the Madam Web later, which is cool. Madam Web still eating some good buffs too, by the way. This appears to be a robot deck, as always. I'm so sick of these dang robot decks, dude. Bada boom. This should work, but there's a part of me that worries it isn't gonna work because of weird, stupid, like Silk moving. I don't know. Like, if Silk moves, is it gonna stop working? No, it does work. Okay, it happens before. All right, that's good to know. I didn't remember that animation happening before they reveal, so that's fine. So Silk gets buffed here. Miles can move to get a buff. Ramona's got a white tiger. Oh, that's pretty cool. That's big. Double buffs from Boardwalk too, actually kind of sick from the opponent. I think it's a robot still for the record, but like that's kind of sick, dude. That's a cool line, man. I guess you kind of always go Prowler here, but I am maybe a little bit sad that I don't know. Do you do it this way? Like, this is kind of saying I'm not playing for Heimdall ever, but I think it's probably fine. It's also a bit weird that you're, you know, I want to move the Silk, but maybe the opponent will do that. You don't really need to move Spider-Man. You can move Spider-Man here. Do Prowler here, maybe, so you can move next turn more easily, right? Again, I'm relying on the opponent to move the Silk, but if it doesn't happen, that's okay, too. Yeah, this is, oh, it does happen. Nice, bonus. So lots of free little points here. Remote mines and flight harness, vision for the opponent. Okay, this is like a this like the Chavez Daredevil gave me bot vibes, but I don't remember seeing like a White Tiger vision list. It's like a ramp deck with Chavez and Daredevil. I don't know, something a little different's going on. So Kraven here is kind of just a body. Doesn't really do much. So I think you go Prowler here, you go Spider-Man here, you probably go Stomper here since they have a lot of power there. Although, are you overcommitted there? Maybe. Honestly, maybe. Because you already have 16 and 4. Because you could maybe try to force your Silk there as well, but that's risky because it could move out because of priority. I mean, I don't know. I think it's fine. Whatever. Maybe Prowler goes right. Spider-Man goes mid. Stomper goes left. Harness could actually move that. Then Stomper. Then Kraven remote mines. I don't know, dude. This is weird because Silk might still end up left. And I also did drop quite a few points with that Miles moving away. Hold up. I think I just sent a Miles that can't move. Maybe that's actually good, though. Maybe it's good if he can't move because he stays there. Like, that's where we actually want that power anyway, right? I think that works out. Yeah, let's just keep Miles there. Like, he would actually get another buff if he moved because of Mary Jane, but I want him staying left. So by clogging mid, we basically create a scenario where he can't move right, so he stays left to make sure we have plenty of points there. It's like technically 2 power less total because Stomper and Mary Jane lose points, but it's just points where I want them, which I think is definitely the key here. This is a bit better spread. Wow, dude, that's a sick Odin. I don't know if this is a robot, guys. Holy crap, dude. Infinite was nuts. Mary Jane with some buffs. If it was a bot, dang, they put out a good run here. Thank God I kept the Miles left, because Stomper Mary Jane would not have been enough. You know, we thought Vision might move out and create that opportunity. I would not have won mid either if Miles had moved mid, because he would have only been worth 11 because of the Mary Jane. So we would have been at 24. I guess maybe we could have had the Kraven revealed in that scenario and it would have been 26, but it still wouldn't have been enough because that Infinite hit was so crazy. Silk also didn't move back in anywhere, which, I mean, actually kind of great. That was scary, dude. We put out some pretty good numbers, but if that was a bot, so did they, man. That was a good game for I thought was a bot game. Maybe not, though. Maybe it just wasn't.